Wait.
Oh, and welcome along to A View from Section C, episode 11. Larzo had just told us to wait as I pressed start on that there. So the ever unprofessional is back. New year, same old shit.
Yeah, same old chat. I had to adjust the lighting so people could see how good looking I
am. So welcome to episode 11. It's the first of the new year. So a very happy new year to everyone. I hope everyone had a good festive period and new year and everybody stayed safe. I know a few people that go to the hockey that have tested positive for COVID over Christmas and didn't really get their Christmas dinner with family and couldn't get to the games that we did manage to get played, albeit the whole one in front of 200 people, but we'll get to that. So hope everyone had a safe and enjoyable time.
I could only reiterate that. Happy New Year from me to everybody as well.
So we'll just kickstart as normal. Just get straight into it. We do have a review of the two games we did manage to squeeze in between two COVID protocols for the Stars, with the Giants and Flyers. We will preview this week's games. So obviously we had the weekend games with Clan and Panthers, and also an additional game which was surprising, added in for Thursday against the Manchester Storm.
Yeah, that was good of the club to organise that when I'm on early shift.
You know what? To be honest, you're on back shift.
No, I'm on early shift.
Oh, is that how you're not going? I thought you were on back shift. That's how you were going.
No, I'm on early.
Oh,
too
you're
late to finish for me.
You're a lightweight.
Too late to finish for me getting up so early in the morning.
But yeah, again, we'll come to it. But I don't think the Stars had any say in the league organising that game at all. We'll have a senior versus junior. Hopefully, I can continue the winning streak. Larzo's trying to catch up.
I'm actually going with some shithousery numbers. So,
so we'll get to that, and then obviously, Larzo is already sporting his A View from Section C T-shirt. So we did say before Christmas we'd get it out on the socials and that. We didn't do it. We got caught up with the festivities and enjoyed our break from everything. But we will touch on merchandise. We have more than just T-shirts available, so we will touch on that towards the end of the show.
And when you're saying that we never had time, it was just you being a lazy wee shite and you never done it.
Listen, I had to travel every place. Fife, Ewers, Averils, everywhere.
You didn't hate to come to me.
Yeah, and Mum wouldn't have been happy. So
yeah, okay, well,
we'll get into it then. So we have a review. We managed to get 2 games played eventually after being in protocol for, what was it, about 2.5, 3 weeks near enough without any hockey. We played the Belfast Giants in Belfast. The scoreline is shocking, and it's a poor performance. But the most disgusting thing for me is looking at the top, seeing the attendance of 4,388, whilst we can't even get more than 200 in the ice rink just now.
Beggar's belief for me, like.
Yeah.
Beggar's belief for me. It was the same. I felt bad that we were in protocol for so long, and then we had to go and play Belfast. The last thing you want is to go play one of the top teams. It was always going to be a tough game, even if the season had continued. But like you, I looked at the scoreline. I thought, hey ho, first game back.
Yeah.
They've been playing, and then you look at the crowd.
Yeah.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
So the game itself, goals from Kevin Rain at 18:10, JJ Pikanich on the power play at 19:27.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to interrupt. What a player he is.
Oh,
JJ
he's phenomenal.
What a player.
He could be possibly one of the best players in the league. He's certainly up there for contender player of the year. Yeah. He's phenomenal.
Especially on that power play.
Yeah, for sure. Tyler Soy, 32:58. David Goodwin, 35 minutes. David Goodwin again, 39:59. Jeff Baum, 41:26. Tyler Soy again, 47:10. And then we get a consolation goal with 57:46 played. Sebastian Bengtsson, the man that's on fire, chipping in again. But I said it at the time, and I'll say it again now. It's you look at the times of the goals. It's short, sharp spells that teams are scoring against us. So the first period, we competed with Belfast. It was an even game, I think, up until Rangers scored at 18-10, and then Pickenich getting that power play goal so quickly before the end of the period again. You're like, okay, going in at 2-0, and then 32-58, 35 minutes, 39-59. It's just a few minutes where we just seem to lose concentration or just not there. I don't know what it is. It's happening a wee bit more and more often now. The same happened in Sheffield, where they scored those 2 goals so quickly, back to back, and up at the rink.
I don't know what it is. It's like we get close to the end of the period and we think we've done well. We're getting there. We're getting in at 0-0. And a team will maybe score. So you're going at 1-0, you're thinking, yeah, okay, but within seconds, bang, it's 2-0.
Yeah.
And then it's again the same in the second period. It's 3 goals in the space of a short span.
Yeah.
And then the same in the third period. And
it's just like the head drops.
Yeah.
For that one goal, the head drops. And
for 2 or 3 minutes after we lose a goal, it's like our heads are out the game and we don't have a clue what's going on. You see it at games, if a team scores and they get the upper hand against us, we are skating around chasing the puck.
Yeah.
It's don't know why it happens.
For me, it was, again, and we said it a few weeks back, that when we come to play teams that we feel that now this is a team where we think, we can go in there and maybe get a result against the bigger teams. This game in general, we had been out in COVID protocol. We hadn't had much training time together. And I thought, if we can keep it close, great. If we lose by maybe 3 or 4 goals, fine. It's a get the shit out of the system and let's get going again.
I thought the same. Every game that we've played Belfast this season, we've not been blown away like this.
No, it's the first time they've done it.
Yeah, I would blame the whole COVID scenario on this. I also thought that probably one of the worst teams to play coming out of COVID would be the likes of Belfast or Sheffield. We ended up, we've got Belfast. They blew us away. And I thought, well, you know what? 7-1, I'm not really caring.
No.
I'm not. And I think I put it on my own Twitter handle that it was a case of that's the game to get the players back together, to get the legs going and get ready for the Fife game. That's what I took at it.
Yeah. And as you say, it's that COVID protocol hit us at the wrong time.
The wrong time.
A good winning streak.
Definitely.
Performances were good. But when you look at this next scoreline, it came at the right time for this team who were lose.
So see, going back to the Belfast game, I take it, correct me if I'm wrong, because you've got the stats of it. Did Britton play? Did Britton come on the ice?
Britton came on in the third. I think it was like the last 10, 15 minutes in the third period.
So eventually, we've said it for a while now.
Yeah.
If we were out of games, let's get the laddie ice time.
Yeah.
Now, for me, this will sound so contradictory. Should you have done it this time? Because you've got to remember, Mo's no played now.
Yeah.
So should we have left Mo in and played it? Or
no, I think
it's a 50-50 call. It's good to see it happening. Put it this way. It was good to see Mo coming out and let's see what Britton can give with.
Yeah. For me, it was the right decision to bring him out. We were, so what was that? It was 5-0. I actually think it went to 6. I think it was 6-0 when we took him out. Yeah. And then they scored a breakaway on Britton. Couple of good saves though from him when he came in. Yeah. But yeah, it was. I know what you're saying. It could should you have left him in with not having any ice time for about 2.5 weeks?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
But
you know what? It happened. He the coach has done it. And he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't.
Yeah.
So that's how. I just someone twigged on me there that Britton did get some ice time, which is great.
Yeah,
happy days for him.
Yeah, but coming into that Fife game, I said at the door that I felt confident. I thought we were going to come in that game and really give them a good doing. Not necessarily pump them on the scoreline, but completely control the game. And then that feeling disappeared when I noticed that Desjardins and Poirier weren't in the warm-up.
Yeah.
So Dylan Lawrence, goal from him, assist by Charlie Combs and Philippe Sanche at 1930. Brandon McGee, or Tits McGee, equalised 29 seconds into the second period. We then got the 2-1 up again. Philippe Sanche, assisted by Sills and Bengtson. And then bit of a meltdown of 2 power play goals, and we'll discuss those power plays in a second. Jacob Benson at 25-15, Greg Chase at 28-11, James Isaacs, surprisingly. That's when you know you're having a shite night, when he scores.
Yeah, he scores against you. Yeah.
36-32, and then again, 36-50, James Anderson with the goal. Kyle Haas with a very nice goal from the D-man at 59-09, and an empty netter by Greg Chase to finish the game off at 6-3. Completely.
Oh, God!
I think
I was just taken aback with the performance.
It was flat.
But listen, the 200 people going to the game.
Yeah.
Right. The noise isn't going to be the same.
No.
The noise, people try to get behind the team. And as it happens in every sport, if the team's not performing on the ice, then the level of noise coming from the supporters just disintegrates.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It does. And it must have been difficult. But I think what they've got to remember is that's their job. Right? It doesn't matter if there's 200 people there or if there's 20,000 people there. They've got to go and play. I know that Omar keeps getting on about they love to play off the crowd. They love to play off the crowd, right? When they go away from home, what do they do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's very much. Sometimes there's hardly any Stars fans there. Belfast, when we've won games, what crowd did they play off at?
Yeah, For me, I thought they came out fighting in the first. I thought the performance was there in the first period. I thought we were kind of going through not the motions, but going up the gears in the first period. But then when we came out for the second, that early goal kind of killed the momentum we had. We got it back in, and then they went bang, 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 bang again with the goals. Power play decisions, the penalty decisions for me are shocking. The tripping call that was missed 2 or 3 times in the first period. It wasn't called by Elliott. It was Elliott. It wasn't Ferguson. It was the other dumb. So Elliott right in front of him 2 or 3 times in the first period, the exact same play where he never called it, and then he calls it on us in the second, and it gives him the power play and they score off it, and you think, right, okay, there's your bad luck. But then the other one where there's something happens in front of him, he doesn't call it on the Fife guy, and then they come down the ice and we take a penalty. Now, if he calls that first penalty, that one doesn't happen. Yeah. So it's those kind of few and far between things. It's the inconsistency with it.
Yeah, it's the inconsistent calls that seem to happen against Stars.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get away from. We go in the first period. I thought we started off really well. I thought we looked up for it, and then the game sort of died. It was like an SNL. It was like an SNL game.
Yeah,
there was nothing, and then we get the break and we score 30 seconds before the interval. Yeah. And I'm thinking, that's good.
That's what we need to go. Yeah,
we've went 1-0 up. We'll come out and then we'll go up a level again, and then we'll gradually keep going up. And they score on their first attack. Now, through that first period, we were outshot 10-5 that first period.
I know.
I don't know where that came from, but it did feel like Mo was scrambling a lot and saving a lot.
I'll tell you though,
there had a lot of chances.
We might have had more shots because the goal judge, there's a picture of this on social media, the older guy doing the goal judging was standing eating a bag of chips and even looking at the play when the play was on. So there's a good chance we might have had more shots on goal. I think it was Sinky that sent me it. The guy's full hand in his bag of chips, looking at it whilst the game's going on.
Oh, happy days.
So maybe did have more shots.
That's my kind of goal judge, bag of chips in his hand.
Oh, honestly. I wonder if it was that Alan Crowe bottomed the bag of chips, seeing as he wasn't paying 20 quid to get in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought we were okay. They then score right at the start of the second. But then we score within a couple of minutes. And even at that point, I'm thinking, we've got this in the bag because if you go and score again, we'll just go and score.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it didn't happen that way. The score, and you're thinking, wait a minute, what the fuck has happened here?
Yeah.
What has happened here?
Yeah, and it was interesting to see because and listen, this isn't us calling people out by any means as in the coach or the team or that, but it was interesting to see when Fife were on the attack a few times and there's guys skating in back door. There's silence.
Yeah.
There's nobody shouting on the bench. There's nobody shouting on the ice. There was nothing. It was just like they got their goals. They went 4-5 up, and they just the team just not stopped caring. But it was just like one of those nights, and it just the effort just seemed to disappear.
Yeah,
and that's the one thing that we've always even Omar's done it himself. We've always praised the team that they continue to fight and play until the end. And you could see that went out the window halfway the game. It was flat.
Yeah, it was so disappointing. And the thing is, we don't know what's going to happen with the COVID rules. So they're going to need to get used to this.
Yeah.
We've got 3 home games coming up. We've got Storm, Clan, Panthers.
Yeah.
And by the sounds of it, the Storm game's not sold out yet.
No, Storm and Nottingham on Sunday. Right. Both games have still got tickets to sell.
The Clan game is. So 3 games, there's not even 600 people going to be at these 3 games.
Yeah.
They need to get used to it. They need to get used to playing in front of 200 people or less.
Yeah.
And this could be the new norm. We don't know when this is going to change. We hope that it's going to change soon.
Yeah.
So after the Panthers game, we might get back to bigger crowds in Scotland. But this is what we've had to deal with.
And this was the point for me.
They need to go out and play.
Yeah, this was the point for me where before this happened, before the restrictions came in from the devolved governments, obviously Wales are in it as well, and Northern Ireland have got some restrictions, obviously not as far as Scotland and Wales, but this was the period where I was looking forward to hockey most because we had those 5 home games on a good run with a decent crowd. You know, we were getting 13 to 1,500 every week. That's where I thought, you know what, we could really push on and get up this table now.
I was thinking exactly the same. This was whatever it was, 5 home games or something.
Yeah, but I think the other thing we've got to think about, right, is and this was the other way, the flip side of thinking about the performances over those 2 games was guys obviously tested positive. Okay, and that's why we went into protocol 2.
Yeah.
It must be difficult for the players. You know, I don't know how symptomatic players were, or if they were really ill, or if they were fine and no symptoms at all and they just had a positive test. But it must be difficult for the team to be able to, you know, play in. I know it's their job, right? But you take that stuff to your work. You know, if I was unwell, you would take that into your work. It'd be on the back of your mind all the time. Is that affecting the players? You know, players had tested positive and in the back of their minds, it could have been health might have been a worry for them. I don't know.
Why? How do we just do what the Clan done? Just say we're not playing.
Like
that's it.
Like
we're waiting on a decision for the government. We're no playing.
Aye, that and
what an absolute crock of shit.
Disney's coming up this week, so we'll wait another couple of weeks until that's moved out again.
That was an absolute crock of shit. Them being able to cancel games because they were waiting on compensation discussions with the government. No, we had to do it, and Fife had to do it.
Yeah, but this is the problem when you've got the owner that they have, where they can afford to just play away games and still get their wages and then get all the money they need from the fans when they open back up for home games, because they'll just bankroll them. It's the same what we were saying about Sheffield. With players going out, they'll just sign somebody new.
Yeah. But look what's happening now. Clan have got to play 3 games this week. Midweek, 3 games.
Clan have got 4 games in 5 days.
Yeah.
Coach Cameron's going to be happy about that.
and 200 people at the games. So they maybe should have played the games when they were meant to play them.
Yeah. Should have just played them, sucked it up like the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the 5 game for me, I was lost for words. Yeah. Honestly. Absolutely lost for words.
But again, we're hoping though that, maybe this kind of COVID protocol 2 has given us that couple of weeks where we needed just to curb it again, get everyone healthy, get everyone's frame of minds back in the right place, mentality wise, and hopefully coming into the next 3 games of the Storm, the Clan, and the Panthers that we really go on. So looking into that, Storm first on Thursday.
I'll not be there because I need my beauty sleep for early shift.
Yeah, strange decision to have this one slotted in. Just the other day, it was last minute added in.
It might be that Stars were maybe struggling for ice time and
possibly,
ice times became available. And you know what? If it is, you've got to doff your hat to the Storm, because Manchester seem to be doing this a lot. They seem to be chopping them and Cardiff seem to be chopping and changing their fixtures to help other teams out to get games played. So if it's been put in by us, then kudos to the Storm for doing this.
To be honest, I think it's the league, and I don't think we've got a say in it. To be brutally honest,
but we could have turned around and said we've not got ice time.
Yeah,
I think we've probably had it, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be the 3 games are going to be tough because certainly with the English teams have been playing.
Yeah.
So and Manchester at this point in time are playing well. They're picking up results, and there's games that they've been in, and that they maybe get beat, but they've not been a kick in the arse away from winning them.
You know what? They're very much. They can be very much like us in their hit or miss.
Yeah.
Especially when they come up here. Finnery always complains when he comes up here about refereeing, and he never gets the result that he wants. But in saying that, they've got 20 points from 23 games in the league, Manchester. So they've played. Trying to think how many that is more than us. 4 games more than us.
So it's either 4 or 5.
Four games more than us. But relatively good side. We've lost down there a couple of times, and I think the scoreline flattered us a bit more than them because they were in control of the games. The ones that we saw on the webcast, they were in control of the game. The game up here, and we beat them. Thanks to Mr. Donkey taking a late penalty for us to score on. But like you say, it's going to be a very difficult game for us. And I just hope we are back to full roster again after.
We need to be, yeah. And I think Manchester have improved now. They've got Gin back.
Yeah. But
he's gone back.
The goalie they had
was good. Yeah. The goalie. Even when they played the Brit was really really good for them. Then they bring in the ex-NHLer, a lot of experience behind them.
Can you see his name yet?
No, I couldn't even tell you what his name is.
That Bashashuaya or something like that. I was really hoping that Andy was going to have to say it on Thursday.
Did he not play for Chelsea?
I was really hoping Andy was going to say it.
But yeah, Matt Ginn plays well against us. Mind you, every goalie tends to play well against us at times.
Listen, every team in the league has a good goalie.
Well,
including us.
We done it. According to some fans, we done it. But
including
yeah,
us.
I'm not going down that road.
No, I've wasted my breath on.
Yeah,
I don't usually post on social media about it, right? But I lost the rag after the Fife game, or during the Fife game. Actually, I was actually messaging during the Fife game. It's an easy scapegoat for me. It really is.
Yeah, it's getting a bit tedious now for me.
Yeah, he's a scapegoat every time. Yeah. Easiest boy because he's the last man they need to beat.
Yeah,
and it's his stat that's letting the 5 goals.
Yeah, but we mentioned that, as we said, we don't want to speak about what have we done. We'll start speaking about it. But we said that, whatever podcast it was, podcast 3, 4, whatever, we spoke about Mo, and we always said that he's the guy, he's the last person. But what people forget is the turnover in the offensive zone that's allowed them to break 3-on-2. But you should have saved it.
The turnover in the defensive zone.
Yeah.
With the no back checking.
Yeah. So
that's where the issue comes from. But Storm, I'm expecting a win.
Yeah.
You need to win. You need to win that one. Okay?
Yeah. I could cut the preview short, really short, and say I'm expecting to win the 3 of them. Yeah. And it would for me.
Well, I don't know. Nottingham are turning a leaf at Tim Wallace. Tim Wallace is gone.
Yeah.
So I think if he was coaching, I would have been yep. So their current coaching setup is the boy Matheson and somebody else. Can't remember who it is. 2 of them have taken on joint responsibility for interim coach until they find somebody new. But yeah, strange we don't see a lot of coaches get sacked mid-season, do you?
No, but
does it? It happens a lot.
When you're Nottingham and you're sitting 6th in the league, and you're getting bumped for everybody, then you need to make a change.
Yeah. Well, they're up to 4th now. Seems to beat Fife last night.
Well, you know what? If we were on the budget that they've got, right, and we were sitting languishing 6th, maybe even 7th, or just above it, I'd be expecting changes. Whether it was player changes or a coach, I'd be expecting exactly the same. Especially when you're bringing in 4, 5, 6,000 people at a game.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be expecting changes.
But yeah, difficult 3 games though coming up at home. As you say, 200 fans at each game.
These games could go either way.
Yeah, me personally, I'd be expecting a minimum of 4 points.
Yeah,
with the hope of 5 or 6.
Yes, totally agree.
It could only be with we're now at as they say, the business end of the season.
Yeah.
Although we're still trying to catch up on a lot of games, we are at the business end now.
We've said it long enough. Even with Nottingham, because we've felt that when we've played Nottingham, we've always been in the games. Right? They're 3 games that we've always said at home we're looking to win these 3 games.
Yeah.
They're the teams that are in and around us. So they're the teams that we've got to beat.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah. Quick
preview. Clan's going to be, it's going to be strange because normally with the Clan, you get a decent crowd, you get a bit of noise coming from the way end. It keeps it going, 200 people on a Saturday night against Glasgow is going to be really, really strange.
But the main thing is, we're still getting 200 people at Saturday night at home at Glasgow.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing.
We could be Cardiff with no fans.
Exactly.
And having to play games.
We get nothing. Although fans will, won't be happy that they won't have got tickets, possibly never got tickets for any of the games. We're still getting fans there. We're still contributing. We're still, the players can still get paid, which and obviously means we've still got a team, and the wards can still run it. That's the main thing. We don't want to be going down the Milton Keynes route or the Hull route where we're struggling for cash imports are leaving. We've only got 10 or 11 players coming to play games, and we're calling up all the Brits for left, right, and centre, and we're disbanding next season. We'll go back to the SNL.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, good that we've still got fans, and hopefully we can cheer them on to at least a couple of victories over the next game.
Yeah, and here's hoping that the guidelines change and the crowds begin to increase again in the near future.
Yeah, well, we are due another double-header home weekend that following weekend, are we not?
Are we?
I'm pretty sure we are.
See, COVID and games being on, games being off. I couldn't even tell you what we're playing. I rely on you to tell me what's going on.
Yeah, so because we're next. So after this preview, the 3 games, we've got Cardiff away in the Challenge Cup. Which, again, things might change with their allowed fans. Hopefully not. I'd rather be played with no fans against us for that second leg. And then we are at home to Coventry and Sheffield the Saturday, Sunday, 22nd, 23rd.
Wow.
So
that's
what we're saying. And then the following weekend, it's at home to Saturday again to Manchester, away to Nottingham on the Sunday. So that's what I'm saying about that.
A lot of games. Yeah.
Where we could have had 1,500 there, and disappointing.
And a lot of games that they're winnable games. A lot of them are at home, obviously. Big opportunity to catch up.
Yeah, I think for me, it's the whole. I think we need to get off to a good start against Manchester on Thursday to be in with a shout to get us kick-started again. We know that our team is a confidence-based team. You know, when Omar says that, you know, they thrive off the crowd. It's the confidence. The crowd's behind them. They get going. They get that goal or two, they'll play. If they get in the rut, it's difficult to get out of the rut. We know it through basketball. Once you're in the rut, it's difficult to get out of it again.
Oh, definitely. And I think you're right. We've got to get the 2 points on Thursday against Manchester. Then you're going into the Clan game with a win behind you.
Yes, exactly.
And then
definitely.
And it's the same again. You're then hoping to beat the Clan. You're going into the Panthers again with 2 wins behind you. And hopefully the roll begins to start again.
Yeah. So preview done, which leads us on to a quiz.
Oh.
Lars's favourite part of the podcast. So, who's going first?
Well, so just as a reminder, right, the score at the moment, right, is senior 12, junior 19.
So even if you get 5 out of 5 this week and I get nothing, you're still getting bit. That's what you're saying.
That's it. I was leading up to that. And if the scoreline gets even wider, I think I'm going to change the format of this quiz and get someone else. This is shocking, by the way.
Yeah. So you want to go first then? Get it out of the way.
Right. So I'll give you the numbers and the names.
Okay. No. Well, I'll go first then.
Okay. Right. When you said you were going first, I didn't care if you're going to read them out first or guess first.
Right. Well, I'll guess first.
Right. Okay. Right. You ready?
What year have I got?
You've got 2010-11.
Is that Elite League?
Yeah.
You've done this year for me before.
I had a look through it, but I couldn't find any because I've got it in my notes and I couldn't find it. But maybe you have, it doesn't matter.
Okay, right, go for it.
Right. Okay, here's your 5 numbers in ascending order. 14.
Yep.
19.
20.
23. 27.
Okay. Players.
See, I tell you, I was trying to keep the numbers close. Right.
Okay.
Players. Gary Wishart.
Okay.
Jeff Marshall.
Okay.
Peter Cartwright.
Okay.
Ewan Forsyth.
Okay.
And Jayla Tulip. Yeah.
I don't even think there's any shirt numbers in there.
Oh, is there?
No, there's no. There isn't.
Well, you never know.
So I'm going to go with Tulip 19.
Okay.
I'm just going to have complete guesses here.
I meant you said that the other week. You got fair. I'm just going to guess. I'm just going to guess.
23 is Cartwright. $20 for Wishy. Right. Don't know if I want to change him. No, fuck it. We'll go for it. Wishy 20. Right. Marshy 14. Brucey 19. Right. So Gary Wishart 20. Okay. Jeff Marshall 14.
Okay.
Cartwright 23.
Okay.
Brucey 19. Oh,
okay.
I've done that number twice. Shit, what number have I done? 27. Oh, shit.
Maybe I should have went first there.
Go 27 for Wishy.
Right.
20 Marshy. And 14 Brucey. No,
so what are you going?
Marshy. 14 Marshy, 20 Brucey. Right, so 27 Wishy.
Okay.
14 Marshy.
Okay.
23 Cartwright.
Right.
20 Brucey.
Yeah.
And 19 Latulip.
5 out of 5.
You're a fucking liar.
5 out of 5. You're a cheating wee fucker. You've got it on your monitor in front of you.
Fucking not.
You're a cheating wee fucker. Right, so 20 is you in for
the fact that I gave somebody the same number fucking twice.
Yeah, you're at it. I'm telling you, you're absolutely at it.
I swear on mum's life.
I'm telling you, people are going to be turning this podcast.
Right? Let me try and guess this in, right?
Right.
27 is the number of points for Wishy.
Correct.
Marshall's 14, the number of games played.
No, number of points.
Oh, okay. Cartwright's 23 goals.
Yeah.
Brucey's 20 penalty minutes.
Yeah.
And Latulip's 19 assists.
Yeah. So you're at it. Because nobody could guess it.
I'm not at it. Listen, I know that Latulip wasn't a goal scorer, right? I knew there was no shirt numbers.
Well, there was.
What?
Wishy wore 19 at times.
He never wore 19 that season.
I never said that season. I said Gary would.
No, I knew he never wore it that season when he came to Elite League.
Well, give me numbers, cheating boy.
So you're going to get a big fat 0 here.
Oh,
I thought you were going difficult for us, so I went difficult for you.
That's all right.
So 2008, 2009.
Right.
You got 51.
Okay.
1.
Right.
6.
Okay.
29.
29.
And 15.
And 15. Right.
Your players are Chris Linton.
Okay.
Kyle Doig. The legend Ian Robertson. Okay. Liam Gregg.
Okay.
And Daniel Toppin.
Right. Okay. Right. So, Liam Gregg, 51. Ian Robertson, 29. Daniel Toppin, 6. No, Daniel Toppin, 1. Kyle Doig, 6. And Chris Linton, 15. That's how it's done.
Well, that's how you get 0.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how it's done. Yeah, 0.
I've not got my phones or anything in front of us.
Well, you do. You've always got your phone sitting there, right?
I've not got my phone.
But
the reason I've not got my phone is because it's been dinging for I finish at 2 o'clock at work and it's ding, ding, ding. Oh, what about this? What about that?
Listen, the fact that you didn't tell us the year until you gave us the numbers, okay?
Yeah. Right, come on in. So what have we got then? Nothing.
Nothing. So 51 was Ian Robertson's penalty minutes.
See, I went for Liam's penalties.
1 was the number of games played by Kyle Doig.
You know what? I was
surprised at that.
Yeah.
Must have been the season he was coming through.
I was actually going to put Kyle as 1, but maybe for goals. And I thought, Kyle scored more than 1 goal.
1 game played.
All right, okay.
Number 6 was Party Boy, Chris Linton. His jersey number. Jersey number 29 for Dan Topham. And 15
What was
points.
That for? What was Daniel?
29, shirt number.
Right.
And 15 for Liam Gregg. That was the number of points he scored that year. Which again was surprisingly low.
Yeah. However, is that giving you the SNL or is that just Northern League? Because I was going to give you a shite year as well. And so then that there was Northern League.
Season. Yeah, that was the season where it was only Northern League.
Right.
I think we went 1 year just Northern League before we joined Northern and the Celtic Cup.
Because I actually looked at season, because I scribbled it out. I looked at season 9-10. And it come up with Northern League and I'm thinking, I'll confuse myself here. Never mind confusing you.
Well, I thought you were going shithousery for us, so I thought I'll make it a wee bit more difficult for you.
Yeah, I'm going to come up with a new quiz. This can't keep going.
Right, we're going to need to speak to the boy McNichol to see what other games he's got. Quizzes for you to try and catch up on. So, Tall Paul, if you've got anything.
The boy McNichol, if you're listening for the Dode Fox podcast, get in touch with Senior and give me a new quiz to help me get back in the game.
So what's that then? Keeping scores.
It means I've taken the lead.
You get double points for getting grannied.
Go on, I get double points for not getting any right, and they still come at me nothing. Yeah, so you now lead 24-12.
Oh, 24-12.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just. If people are just listening and they're not watching us, I'm just sitting here with my head hung in shame, by the way.
Listen, it just goes to show, right, that I do watch. Like, we did this before. When me and Dave and Grant and that, when we were younger, me and Dave used to have little kind of quizzes like this with, jersey numbers and going through jersey numbers at everyone. No, but like you go through the jersey numbers at everyone, try to remember everyone in that season, and we used to do stuff like that all the time, and it goes to show it sticks. You're a wee bit older. You start to lose your memory a bit.
No, that's true. That's true.
You didn't think it was Neil Francis on the bench the other week.
Normally I'm sitting on a Sunday night thinking, what we manufacturing on Monday when I get to work? I wonder if we'll finish packing at the weekend. That's what's going through me. Just wee birds tweeting around. Tweet.
So yeah, 24-12. So that's opened up.
Well.
What's that? Just over a 3-week gap now.
It depends on how the scoring goes in the next week. I might triple it up.
Yeah, possibly. So yeah, another win. That's 3 weeks running again. Looking to next week, I'll look to break the record streak.
See what happens when the crowds go down to 200. Performance goes downhill rapidly. I'm needing some backing for the fans here, Junior. I need people to start. I need people to start tweeting me and support me and get cheering for me, or come up with 5 numbers and 5 players.
I know that's going to be the next one. It'll be a random 5 numbers and a random 5 players for any year,
for any team.
Yeah. The Rockets, I think.
I've actually got a quiz. I actually got a quiz book for your brother for my Christmas. It's NHL stuff. But
maybe a good one to do one week.
Well, it's like a Stanley Cup thing. It starts off telling you it's about to start, then it goes through every team and stuff like that.
Being an Ottawa fan, I don't know too much about the Stanley Cup. But
sees me, the big Penguins fan. I couldn't even tell you what year it was the last one.
So yeah, nice quiz victory for me again. But something on a more lighter note for you, Lars, and something you've been dying to speak about, seeing as you're wearing your T-shirt now, is our merchandise. So,
the merchandise.
We are now in merchandise, and we have a couple of things to show. So Lars has obviously got his T-shirt on, so kindly got me it as a Christmas present.
But yours is the opposite. So mine's is white with the sort of the blue outline. Is yours not the thick blue with the white for the C and the writing? Is yours not the opposite?
Can't mind.
I think it is. I've got the white inside the circle with the blue C. I think you've got the blue inside with a view from the C and the stick in white. I think you've got the opposite. So
I'll look it out for next week's podcast. Everyone can see.
So there's two ways that could be done.
Yeah. Any colour as well.
Any colour.
So again, like I say, pink to make the boys wink.
Yeah. And by the way, it's top quality T-shirt.
They're nice and cozy as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Really.
So you can also get the transfer. You get the transfer. They've got the kind of the vinyl, it's like felt kind of material. Yeah, like felt. So we also do have a little tote bag for when you go to do your shopping.
Oh, the guys.
For the guys, you know, a bit sexist, largely there. I mentioned shopping, and you went straight in with the ladies. But yeah, we have mugs, coasters, baseball
hats.
Yeah,
hats. I certainly know we could get bucket hats. I know we could get them.
A bucket hat.
Bucket hat. I'm
not going to bring bucket hats back.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure about the baseball hats, but definitely bucket hats, because I know that we got a couple made for the Grandchildren United ones.
Okay.
So we got them. And again, any colour. So for the T-shirt, the tote bag, the hat, all a tenner each. And for the mug, you get a mug and one coaster with it, and that's a tenner as well. And they've all got a view from Section C on it. So if anybody's interested, give us a shout.
Yeah, well, Dave Sims says he's going to get his order in as soon as we gave him prices and more details. We can do kind of small through to fat bastard, so double XL.
Yeah.
Can we go bigger? I don't know if we go bigger. I need to check that with the manufacturer.
Yeah.
But I don't see why we couldn't if we got the T-shirt. But yeah.
I think I've got a double XL T-shirt on, and it's quite loose fitting.
Yeah. No, they're good quality T-shirts.
They're really good.
T-shirts, tote bags,
hats, mugs, and one coaster that goes with it.
Yeah, I'm going to look to get a mug for when I go into the office, whenever that actually happens for work. I think we're speaking about April now, so
I'm going to get I'm going to get now that I'm back in work again after my major surgery. I'm going to get a mug as well, a view from Section C mug as well. Yeah,
honestly.
So that's the merchandise. But if anybody's looking to get it, just give us a shout. Facebook and Twitter, and our own individual. Yeah, Facebook and Twitter as well.
We will put up the post. Larzo has even modelled T-shirts. The two different logos, wasn't it?
It's two different logos, yeah.
So Larzo's modelled it. We'll get that up on the social media pages as well as prices. If you are interested, please just give us a shout on either the pages, Facebook and Twitter, as Larzo said, on our own one. Or even give us a shout if you are one of the lucky 200. Obviously, keeping your socially distanced 1 meter.
Yes. Just fire paper airplanes across. Paper airplanes across.
God, I know that's what we should do for end of the period entertainment. Since we kind of get the pucks out and hand them back and forward, just throw paper airplanes on the ice. Closest to the centre circle wins.
We've done paper airplanes before.
For the turkeys and the steak pies.
For the turkeys and the steak pies, when Mark McGill was there, we used to get Gillsy stuff, and we used to do the paper airplanes.
Yeah. So Michael Ward if you're listening, paper aeroplanes. Let's get that back.
Let's bring it back.
But reuse the same paper.
Yeah.
Sustainable environment, climate change, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
we just need to watch out for Arlene Lockhart though. She used to mark some bombers going on those on there.
She'll know she's just got donkeys now. She's not got paper aeroplanes. I still don't know what the story was behind it.
Nor do I. I have not a clue what was there like. But
I'm hoping it's there for Thursday if she's at the game, so that we can just have it sitting behind Springer the whole game.
She'd put it in the front, just see it sort of sitting in the front row, just looking at him.
Right next to Kath. Oh no, Crawford sits there. He's a donkey enough. Anyway, on that note, it's been a pleasure to get the episode back out again in the new year. Hopefully next week we're sitting here discussing at least a couple of victories, hopefully 6 points, and then we'll obviously be previewing the Cardiff second leg game for the Challenge Cup, and then a big double-header home weekend as well. So have a good one. Enjoy the hockey if you're part of the Lucky 200. Tickets are still available for Manchester on Thursday and for Nottingham on Sunday as of recording this. So if you go on it and it's sold out, then I come back and moan it is.
Then I come shoot.
I recorded this on Monday. But yeah, enjoy, and we will hopefully see you all soon.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. See you later.